Welcome back to another episode of Lake to Bay. Today we're going to be reviewing the Daiwa Crossfire LT 3000. LT stands for Light Tough. So this is a really cool reel for the price. This is definitely considered a budget reel, although it truly does not feel like one. So Daiwa really went over and beyond with the Crossfire 3000. It has a very premium feel to it. It's got a nice solid weight to it. And the metal choice, their aluminum placement is absolutely fantastic, especially for a budget reel. We're going to do a very rough overview and a light comparison between some of the other budget reels that I have reviewed in the past, including the Shimano Sienna and the Shimano FX. So overall, it seems like it's made a little bit better than those two reels. I know every time I come on here, I'm with a new and better budget reel, but at the end of the day, that's the whole point of this series, is to talk about new improvements in the fishing industry, analyzing budget reels. So this was purchased for $30 at Walmart. When you hold this thing and you unbox it and you actually feel this in your hands, for $30, it seems like it's, it seems like it's a joke. It doesn't really feel like a $30 reel whatsoever. This feels closer to like my Penn Pursuit or even something above that mark. It's got a really nice feel to it. The spin on it is fantastic. This aluminum handle feels like a very upgraded premium thing for these types of reels. For example, on the Sienna and the FX, that handle is very cheapy. In my opinion, although they are fantastic reels for the price, it doesn't feel this beefy. And that's the best way of putting it, actually. This thing just feels beefy. It feels like it's meant to withstand some serious impact. It feels like they designed it in a way with less screws, which I personally like. I feel like that's less ways for water to get into the reel and into the gears. And even above that, the actual updated cosmetic design from the old version, even when you compare it to other Shimano and budget reel products, this is the sleekest by far. And honestly, that's not even up for debate. I know a lot of people debate other things, but the aesthetic of this reel is not up for debate. This is the sharpest looking reel I've ever seen in my life for $30. It looks super sharp, modern, sleek. The ABS spool, everything about it is just absolutely incredible. This is not a paid video whatsoever. I buy these things on my own dime. I have no affiliation with any of these companies. I just like to make these reviews. So we'll get started with a very rough overview. We'll talk about the feel, and we'll kind of just go from there. I'll put a more detailed spec sheet that you guys can look at throughout the video and make some cool discoveries of your own. So we'll get started with the Infinite Anti-Rev. I think that's a pretty cool premium feature, especially for a budget reel. When you compare these to much worse reels that are out there for the same price, stuff that you find on Amazon, stuff that you find on Temu, even Piscifun, I forget how you even say it. I think it's Piscifun or PC Fun products, Florida fishing products. I mean, I think personally this destroys those. And as well, I think it might be even a little bit better than the Sienna and the FX as well. So back to the handle, this aluminum handle feels absolutely premium, very comfortable, and even this little grip knob has a very dense and slick feel to it. Your fingers kind of just fit on it like a glove. And the best part about it is I finally have a little bit more space from my knuckles and the bail of the reel. With the Shimano FX, I found myself a lot of times reeling and kind of knocking my knuckles after a while. It would even sting a little bit. But this has kind of solved that problem. I feel like I have a little bit of a wider berth between my knuckles and the bail when I am spooling the rod when I'm actually using it. It feels a little bit smoother and honestly a little bit more comfortable. The next would have to be the solid ABS design on the spool itself. The ABS spool is a quite big achievement for this budget reel. We have a pretty big well back here. We could go pretty deep and put a lot of line and stack it up on this. It really does go pretty far back there. So that's definitely a nice upgraded feature. Also, I know it's pretty silly, but the cosmetic side of this, these cool designs, I don't know if it's for cooling purposes or what, but it looks really cool, really neat, and really sleek. The actual gear ratio on this is a 5:3:1, and for every turn, you're looking at about 31.6 inches pulled through of line. So every time you're rotating this handle, you're pulling in about 31.6 inches of line. It's got a drag max of 22, and it weighs 9.2 ounces, which is pretty cool. With that being said, we'll get back to kind of like the aesthetics of it. It's all silver. It's got a very cool, like sleek gray and like a sparkled spray job on it. It's kind of like in the sun or in the light, it'll glisten a little bit, which looks really cool. And the anti-reverse, another great feature for me personally, but that definitely does come down to preference. The drag itself feels very smooth, very smooth. This is reminiscent of something a little bit more premium, no doubt. The drag does not feel this smooth on my Sienna or FX. Once I get a little bit more in depth and use this product a little bit more out in the field and actually fish with it, I'll do a more updated version and cross-reference between the Sienna and the Daiwa here, and then we'll get a little bit more of a better perspective. At the end of the day, this is a budget reel. I just see a lot of stuff out there that is so cheesy and cheap for like $40. So when you see something like this that's going for $30, it's pretty incredible. A true test of time and a really big deciding factor on how good this reel really is. Even if you wanted to just buy like 4 Penn Squadrons, really cheap setups, and throw all of these on there just for your kids, would be actually going out there, using the product, and see how long it lasts. If you see that this thing lasts quite a bit and it's outliving your other budget reels, I think this is such a cool looking reel. You might as well put it on all your cheap setups and pass them out for the people who are coming out on your boat. Every time you go out with friends, it's the perfect thing to allow people to bang up. So the 3000 in particular, for the light tough, I think this is best suited for lakes for you guys up north, smallmouth. I'm sure you can do a lot of that with this. Light tackle for you guys who go out on the flats. This is an awesome setup. Anything away from mangroves and structures where these fish are just free riding. I think these little 3000s would be a lot of fun if you're bringing out a kayak and you don't want to bang up some of your nicer equipment. So definitely right off the bat, very cool look, premium design for sure. And they really thought a lot about the design. I feel like with the Shimano FX and the Sienna, when you get a look at it, they kind of look like they're $30. It's when you use it that you're impressed that it's $30 or whatever the price is. When you open this and you see it at the store, you kind of have to like double take, like, is that reel really $30? It looks like such a cool reel. How are they selling it for 30 bucks? When you see a Sienna or the FX, you don't really get that appeal. You're like, oh, that makes sense. It's 30 bucks. And then you open it up and you're like, oh, it's good for $30. This is just, next level in my opinion. I think this is so far the best one. So, like I said, guys, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I just like to review their products. So if you guys like this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe. It really helps me out. Maybe in the future, a company will reach out and allow me to pass you guys an affiliate link to get you discounts on these reels. So what helps me also helps you guys. So please like, subscribe, share the video. Whatever you guys can do, it's free to help me out and continue to bring you guys these cool little reel reviews. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day.